Yeah, welcome back to Deus Ex. Right, just getting some coffee. I figured if I launch the game, I might have just enough time to get myself a cup of coffee, but apparently it wanted to hide the game behind the Steam uh, user interface. So, right, so let's continue the game. If the game will allow me to. And let's see also the sounds. Well,
Take you back to the city after you check in with Manderley.
okay, I think the sounds are just fine.
Welcome back. Your mission was a success. Just about the only bright side of the operation, unfortunately. Report to Manderley for a briefing.
Okay. Who are these gentlemen? Government agents, maybe? They are dressed in black.
Mr. Dent,
Yeah?
the prisoners on level 3 are a sensitive matter. Leave the interrogations to Mr. Simons. You are authorized to receive your orders from Joseph Manderley, after which you will return to the helipad.
Simons. You guys from D.C.? What agency?
Please proceed to Manderley's office. We will expect to see you shortly.
Now that's a bizarre voice, isn't it?
Agent Navarro was grinding gears over how you handled Castle Clinton. Not hard to flip her switch, is it?
I guess she wasn't happy that we went for the peace sort of pacifist route. Any new emails? No.
Don't worry about what the guys are saying about Hell's Kitchen.
What are they saying about Hell's Kitchen? Here is a reward for you for being a good soldier.
You think that's funny? Hey, what the hell? I don't understand. What are you doing?
What the hell?
Just fooling around.
I think he might be gone. I think he might be gone.
Yeah, I'm gone. Oh, okay, let's go to UNATCO HQ. So, this would be UNATCO HQ 2, so second visit to the headquarters.
Manderley said he's busy, but to wait outside his office.
Busy, huh? Well, in that case, that gives us time to, do other things. After all, why should we just wait outside his office? I don't think this terminal actually has any messages, so I'm not even gonna bother hack it. Is somehow unlocked. Yeah, well. Pistol rounds. Well, there's someone there, and Anna is also waiting, so. Our office. JCD. Bionic Man. Jaime Reyes, congrats. Congrats on surviving your first mission, Juan. I know it's all part of the job, but I'm glad to see you back in one piece. More or less, anyways. If you get this message before I get a chance to see you in person, then get your ass down here so I can patch you up. By the way, I hear a few things from up top, and I get the impression that they were definitely taking advantage of this NSF attack to evaluate your performance. So far, everyone seems ecstatic. Well, everyone except for Gunther, but he's got his own problems. Keep it up. Keep an eye out too. I get the impression sometimes that everyone here has their own agenda. Heine. And a message from our brother, watch your back. I don't have much time, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. They're going to tell you a lot of things about what went on today, and it's probably all going to be pinned on me. I've got my reasons, but I can't go into them right now, not over the net. But you've got to trust me that there are reasons. Maybe I can point you in the right direction. Tap a few computers and see what you come up. Try Manderley's computer if you can risk it. Password is Night Killer. You might also check Navarre's, but I don't have her password. Cold woman. Be careful around her. And for that matter, everyone else. P. Well, let's see. J. Manderley. Night Killer, but yeah, we can't access Manderley's account from our own computer. Okay, that's a it's a mod, but it's a recoil mod. And currently we're not carrying any weapons that actually accepts recoil modifications, so we'll just leave it there. Image, Millennium Magazine. Millennium, the future of business. Bob Page. Will Aquinas change the world? Experts debate world of unlimited bandwidth. Resurgence in world terrorism. Yes, those are the major topics for this issue.
Never mind Anna Navarra. She hates everybody.
Right. Looks like we got some new messages in here. Stopping terror, a new perspective on freedom. When one maniac can wipe out a city of 20 million with a microbe developed in his basement, a new approach to law enforcement becomes necessary. Every citizen of the world must be placed under surveillance. That means sky cams at every intersection, computer-mediated analysis of every phone call, email, and snail mail, and a purely electronic economy in which every transaction is recorded and data mined for suspicious activity. We are close to achieving this goal. Some would say that human liberty has been compromised, but the reality is just the opposite. As surveillance expands, people become free from danger, free to walk alone at night, free to work in a safe place, and free to buy any legal product or service without the threat of fraud. One day, every man and woman will quietly earn credits, purchase items for quiet homes on quiet streets, have cookouts with neighbors and strangers alike, and sleep with doors and windows wide open. If that isn't the tranquil dream of every free civilization throughout history, what is? Anna Navarre, Agent, UNATCO. Terrorism, war without fronts. How do we fight an underground threat, one with no defined territory, base, or often known leader? We look to military history. The casebook example of how to manage civil unrest is the Hamlet Evaluation System (HES), developed by the United States military during its occupation of South Vietnam in the 20th century. Since population centers in that country contained both communist rebels and loyal citizens, the towns were ranked on a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the safest. The monthly reports of local commanders, useful in Vietnam for maintaining contour maps of ideology concentration, have provided many components of the UNATCO sector field report. The modern UDU UNATCO deployment unit has been modeled on the CAP Combined Action Platoon deployed in Vietnam, a 15-man rifle squad responsible for a single hamlet. CAP-protected villages typically earned 2.95 HET score compared to the 1.6 average in the same region. CAP units perform in many mission roles, but they primarily work with indigenous police to strengthen ideological ties. Like CAP units, UNATCO teams are primarily concerned with building safe communities. Joseph Manderley, Director, UNATCO. Know your enemy, Templars. There is some debate as to whether the Templars should be considered a terrorist organization because they do not employ the typical tools of terrorism. But make no mistake, the Templars are just as dangerous as any other group that might use guns and bombs to intimidate the free citizens of a country. Only the Templars wield blackmail and extortion as their weapons. Supposedly the direct descendants of the so-called secret society with its root in the medieval Crusades, the present-day Templars are mainly concerned with increasing their bank accounts in elaborately illegal financial manipulations that have left entire markets collapsed in their wake. The Templars are currently classified as inactive after being successfully diminished by a combined UNATCO-Interpol raid on their Paris headquarters in 2051. However, several key Templar figures are still at large and may attempt to reform the organization under a new designation. Know your enemy, X-51. Little is known about X-51 aside from their involvement in all manner of illegal research, much of it proscribed by worldwide concords over the last 50 years. Computer profiling shows a high likelihood that X-51 was responsible for the SoCal disaster that submerged much of the Southern California, though the exact nature of the experiment that led to the tragedy is still unknown. Little other information is available on the overall objective of X-51, if any exists. X-51 is believed to be led by Gary Savage, a scientist previously employed by the United States government for a variety of black projects, until he disappeared under mysterious circumstances several years ago. All agents are advised to be vigilant for any indications as to the whereabouts of Savage or other members of X-51, and report them immediately to their operator or immediate superior. Right. Let's check. How much can we get money? Oh, 750 credits already. Very nice.
They've got some kind of specialist from Washington downstairs. Somebody to interrogate the prisoners.
Yeah, but he's not downstairs. He's still with Manderley. Okay, well, let's go here.
I was here first. Mr. Manderley is in a meeting, JC. You'll have to wait.
I was told to report for a debriefing.
A debriefing. Do not worry. I will state in my report that I was satisfied with your performance.
Just fire the arrogant son of a bitch.
I wasn't exaggerating. He's our best agent.
We don't need him. We've got his brother. and more are on the way.
He knows nothing.
I think he does. You should never have sent him to Hong Kong.
Let's be sensible. We have to look at the whole record.
Look, I understand. He was your pet project, but it's out of my hands. Now that the shipment's been lost.
I know. I will comply with the order.
That's all I ask. Carry on. I'm going downstairs to interrogate the prisoners.
Primary unit, secondary unit.
I cannot wait forever. He will see you
Prisoners.
when he's ready.
Carry on, Agent.
Agent Denton, at your service.
Denton. Yes, I hear you're turning out to be quite an asset to the Coalition.
Doing my best, sir. Forgive me, but I do not believe I know your name.
We aren't ready for an introduction yet. No, it's not time. Just keep your nose to the pavement. You'll be well rewarded. Trust me.
So,
I am next.
he is going downstairs to interrogate the prisoners, is he? And he's obviously very clumsy. Well, prison this actually happens to be here. Darts.
I don't think you're supposed to be down here, Agent.
I beg to differ.
We're looking to you to set an example. You aren't needed, Agent.
No, Walton, you are not needed. Although, maybe I'm trapped now. Can I?
I have an important matter to attend to.
I'm sure you do.
I have one question.
They already asked. I don't know.
One must admire a man who can keep a secret because he has value. What you know more than others makes money and gives you a measure of power.
You Walton Simons? You think I could be bribed?
Margaret Forsyth under NSF protection in Queens. Your son Richard attending Bronx Science. You see, I have a few relevant facts myself. Care to make a trade?
You wouldn't dare.
I'll give you 2 seconds to decide. Get out of here, Denton. This is none of your business.
Oh, I think I'll stay here.
I can sum it all up in one word. Self-reliance. That's what we stand for.
How about you tell me where that shipment is being taken?
UNATCO assumes that people are incapable of protecting themselves, and therefore should submit to surveillance and intimidation by an outside force. We won't do it.
Time's up. Where is the NSF taking the Ambrosia?
They asked me already. I don't know.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to detention centers? Your tabloids call it RX-84.
Yeah, including the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court.
In my position, I find it very easy to add names to that list.
Go to hell.
The governments of the world believe an average citizen should not face the threat of terrorism alone.
We don't need your help. The technology exists today for an individual to protect his property against explosives, firearms, surveillance, intrusion, contamination.
Get the hell out of here, Denton.
350 million fortresses is not my idea of the land of the free.
It's better than one big fortress constructed by a corrupt government against its people.
The United States government has had emergency powers since World War II. We've never left a state of war.
Speak for yourself. The federal government is just responding to a threat.
A government should be about more than self-perpetuation.
You will confess, by the way. I don't like to dirty my hands with that sort of thing, but you will confess.
It's simple numbers. Big companies pay like 2% tax. Well, you and me, we pay like 50. It's the tax code that makes sure big bureaucracy gets bigger and people have no power.
You have an assignment in New York, Agent. I expect you to follow orders.
Let's get back to the subject of the missing vaccine.
All taxes are social engineering. That's always been their real purpose.
I'm not going to stand here and listen to you badmouth the greatest democracy the world has ever known.
What happens is that politicians get money from big companies, so all the social engineering is for making big companies. Like I said, it's simple numbers.
Certain intellectual properties, aside from the quantities of vaccine, concern me deeply. Has the NSF made any attempt at reverse engineering?
Leave me alone.
A government shouldn't have to occupy its own country with troops.
If you wanted to save people, you could have unloaded the whole shipment in Manhattan, or the airlift.
You said it yourself. Secrets are power.
If there wasn't organized oppression, there wouldn't be organized resistance, and what you call terrorism would not exist.
We have less civilized ways of making you talk.
You can lock me up, but you can't lock up the truth.
I am a patient man.
Ask me if I care.
But not that patient.
You can lock me up, but you can't lock up the truth.
Okay, Walton Simons. Yeah, well, I mean, we learned his name because that guy actually said his name. That guy mentioned his name, so we know this guy is now Walton Simons. So Walton Simons just executed 2 prisoners.
You saw nothing, Ditton. Report to Manderley. Your turn. See what you can find out in Manhattan. The real plague eating at the minds of the American people is secessionism, regionalism, this new arrogance and sense of entitlement. Once the bug bites, you've already lost the patient. Do you have even a passing interest in doing your job?
No, not at all. I'd rather just, bother you.
Quit screwing around.
No.
Leave, damn it.
No.
Leave, damn it.
No.
Do you have even a passing interest in doing your job?
Maybe ever so slightly, but I think I'd rather just stay here and bother you.
Do you have even a passing interest in doing your job?
Right. Oh, right. Does this work? Does. Okay. Looks like Anna Navarro has some emails, so from G. Herman, Denoth. I am not sure what I think about Agent Denton. He is not like the brother, but seems too eager to prove that he may be better than us. I wonder if he understands may that be at stake. What be at stake here, Gunther? From J. Manderley to Anna Navarra. Mission objectives. Of primary importance is the upcoming operations recovering all of the stolen Ambrosia. If any falls into terrorist hands, it could be a potential tool for blackmail that would pose a serious security risk. However, our best intelligence indicates that Juan Lebedev, a known terrorist leader, is behind this galling attack. While the loss of Ambrosia is regrettable but salvageable incident, Lebedev poses a continuing threat to UNATCO. He is also a dangerous man, and if the operation should result in his termination rather than capture, there's no doubt that the agent responsible would be found to have acted appropriately and with the full force of the law. J.M. Joseph Mendel. Yo, Sam. I need to talk to you.
Agent Denton, marvelous. In addition to an accuracy weapon modification, I've got a couple of multi-tools.
Mr. Carter, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
I'm getting the impression that UNATCO is focused more on military operations than law enforcement.
The focus has shifted lately, I agree.
The only way Anna would have been satisfied is if I'd executed every terrorist in Castle Clinton. Standing order seems to be shoot to kill.
Direct intervention is always part of the game. In my day, we were just more civilized about it.
Civilized. That's the word. I guess I was expecting a little more class from the world's anti-terrorist organization.
We just have to strike a balance. Why don't I throw in an extra clip with those multi-tools? I trust you will be able to judge when one or the other is appropriate for achieving mission objectives.
I can't carry anything else right now. Hold on.
Yeah, because I have so much. Okay.
I'd like to know what the feds are doing down in the cell block.
Well, let's see. A. Jacobson, Caliber. From Rosie Cross / Undernet inquiry, the Oracle says, we find your question interesting. We have several references to entity token MJ12, but all are ambiguous. It will be necessary to expand cycles to clarify relationships for codification of representative patterns before further recognition can be accomplished. This will be time-consuming, but the past working relationships have shown 83.23% favorable return. Work with the file SH187 was very instructive. We will contact you again when information has been collated. The Oracle would like to know your favorite color. I see. Space Odyssey 2001. There's a secret floor panels here. This time, I'm full on lockpicks, okay. Right. Let's see, I think there's a multi-tool over there. Yeah. Well, don't think I really have anything I can use the lockpick for. I mean, unless I want to. Unless I want to pick the lock to get that. Recoil thing. Fine. Alright, I'll take the recoil thing. Yeah, and then there was a lockpick here. Hmm.
pretty bad down here.
Keeps getting worse, too. It must be raining bullets out there.
The NSF aren't kidding around. How you holding up?
Fine. I lost one of the privates because a refrigeration unit went down. That's always hard.
You've got a lot on your hands. Don't beat yourself up over faulty equipment.
Right. Well, the full-on medkits just got full healing. Restricted area. It's secure. Yeah, so looks like there's an area where we don't have access rights. Jaime Reyes, amigo. Okay, I guess so. There's an original message from Jaime Reyes to the Met Directorate with subject Mech Org question. While repairing one of our mech augmented agents, I located a mechanism within the autonomy regulation system that was not present in any of the documentation I had available. I'm concerned that failure of this mechanism could lead to a complete autonomic shutdown of the agent's vital systems, with the obvious consequences that would entail. I've attached additional CRI scans of the structure and surrounding. And the Met Directorate replies, information concerning the mechanism to which you refer to is available only to those with clearance Throne 6G or higher. Further discussion of this matter with unauthorized personnel will result in disciplinary action. All subsequent questions should be directed to Director Manderley. So Jaime Reyes found something suspicious within the systems of these mechanical agents, Gunther and Anna. He tried to ask about it, but he was, his questions were quickly shut down. Well, we're full on medkits, so we don't need any more.
Good to have you back.
Thanks. Alright, let's finally go and talk to the boss. Yeah, we took the money from there.
I am losing valuable time.
Hey, boss.
Hello, JC. Come in. Clerical task first. Your op bonus is split between the Castle Clinton and warehouse objectives, 500 each. You get the full 1,000 plus 200 for how you handle the hostage situation in the Battery Park subway station. Good work across the board.
Thank you, sir. Who is that you were meeting with?
Politics, bureaucracy, mismanagement. JC, I've got some bad news. The mission failed.
I would have taken out that JoJo punk, but he wasn't even in the warehouse.
Never mind that. He slipped out before you even got to New York.
What about the shipment?
I'm just going to say it straight, JC. Your brother screwed up. We got nothing, and he's taking the heat this time. The Coalition is letting him go.
What went wrong?
We don't know. He hasn't reported back. The rest of the strike force says he lost his nerve.
I think he was trying to avoid casualties. In Hell's Kitchen, instead of clips for the troops, he was issuing tear gas.
Whatever the case, now it's your turn. We've got one more chance to retake that shipment.
Has it been located?
Take the chopper back to the city. We know they plan to put the Ambrosia on a plane, but we don't know which airfield.
Where should I start?
If I were the NSF, I'd be moving it through the subways, the abandoned parts of the infrastructure.
I'll check out the subways.
And stay away from the press this time, especially the tabloids. Do I need to quote the manual? Secrets are lives?
Yes, sir.
I have been waiting for 20 minutes.
Sorry, Anna. What is it?
I would like to be reassigned to Agent Herman.
Why? Is Agent Denton?
He completed his objective, but our tactics are incompatible.
In other words, he didn't kill everything in sight.
He could have made a more thorough search for NSF targets, yes.
Right, so from Anna Navarre to Jay Manderley. As ordered, I have maintained a close watch of Agent Denton during our operation in New York. I have found his performance to be adequate to the task, if not without certain occasional reluctance. But it is my opinion that nano-augmentations in no way compensate for experience, and Agent Denton quite obviously has a considerable amount of learning to do before he can be considered a fully qualified agent. Agent Herman concurs with this evaluation. I will file a more detailed report when time allows. WS, so now we know it's Walton Simons. Arrival. I will be arriving at Liberty later today to survey the situation and assess the viability of the primary subject. Unless there are extenuating circumstances that you've so far failed to present to us, it is our belief that the primary may need to be terminated in favor of the secondary. Continue to profile the secondary's response to authority and mission objectives. If there is any deviation, isolate the subject for debriefing upon my arrival.
Our pilot Jock is waiting for you at the helipad. Let's not be hasty. He will improve.
That's what you said about his brother.
Let me say this once. That's a sore spot, and you know it.
You should have listened to me.
Aha. End of meeting. You have a lot to teach, JC. That's why you're his partner.
Nevertheless, I will submit my concerns in writing to Walton Simons, as I did regarding Paul.
If you see your brother, send him.
Right, so Paul failed in his mission. The higher-ups are starting to be suspicious of him.
Hope this one turns out a little better.
And we got another mission. This time to locate the rest of the barrels of Ambrosia.
Your chopper's ready, Agent.
They told us to hang tight. Objectives remain, apparently.
Get on the helicopter, Mr. Denton. Simons did not appreciate your interference.
Yeah, well...
I think the suits are putting the squeeze on Manderley about this one.
Well, and I did not appreciate Simons executing prisoners, so that makes two.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Jock. Take me to Battery Park. Ugh.
Dropping you in Battery Park. We know the NSF were moving material through here at one point. Seems like a good place to start looking.
So Jock went somewhere over there. Yeah, so... Yeah. Or should I just, I think we spent quite a lot of time in just in the we spent quite a bit of time in just in the UNATCO HQ, because we kind of talked to everyone and we even interrogated the prisoners and so forth. So I would say I think this is enough for now. When we come back, we'll begin our investigations regarding, of course, the missing barrels of Ambrosia. Right, so thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye.